Well, recently in the news, you may have heard of the Oklahoma dentist accused of infecting patients with illegal practices and unclean procedures. It's made many wonder what to look for when choosing a reputable dental practice. Well, fortunately for us, Dr. Christy Leedy joins us today to discuss the practices her office follows to match her high standards of dental care. Thanks so much for joining us, Dr. Christy.
Thanks
How are you?
for having me. I'm good.
Good,
How are you
good.
today?
I'm great. Thank
Good.
you. Well, I've noticed you brought along a bunch of stuff to show us just a little bit about how you reach such high standards of care.
Yes, you know, it's so important, and as you said, as important as the care we offer, looking at how we're going to take care of our patients' health as well. And so today you can see I'm in gear.
You are in gear, ready
so
to go.
I have my lab jacket on, my protective eyewear, but that's just the beginning. You know, again, you'll see gloves. Gloves are important, and you know, one of the things that's really important is we always put on our gloves when we get in the room in front of the patient, so the patient knows that's just for them. It's so important that every procedure is just for that patient, and I think that's one of the issues that we ran across in this story, you know. Mask, of course.
Definitely important.
This is protective eyewear for the patients, so it works both ways. We want to keep cross-contamination, so we keep eyewear for the patients and the doctor and the staff. These red bags are biohazard bags. And what those are is any thing that gets saliva or blood on it, particularly gauze and cotton rolls and those kind of things, they go in the biohazard bags, and they're disposed of by a company that makes sure that they don't get in the landfill with the regular trash.
Perfect.
So again, very important.
Everyone's protected.
Exactly. You know, this is a pouch for sterilization. And so the instruments, they go through 5-step process, which number 1 begins with cleaning and disinfecting.
Very important.
And then washing the debris. This is a picture of like a sterilization room. And the other thing that's really important about your sterilization room is it goes in a line because as the instruments come in on one end, so those are the instruments that need to be processed. On the other end are the instruments that have already been processed and are clean. Very important to not cross-contaminate the two. And so they go into a cleaner that vibrates the debris off as well, a cold sterile solution, and then the autoclave. Now, another important thing about autoclaves. How do you know your autoclave is working? You know, because it's great to put it through there, but you'll see on these pouches they have little indicators, pink indicators on them. And so when it goes into the autoclave, it'll have this pink mark on it. I don't know if you can go in right there. And when it comes out and it's sterile, it'll have the dark mark. So we're able to tell for sure that the instruments are taken care of. As a backup to that even, we send in these little spore testers run through our autoclave with the instruments, and they're marked, and then they go to Baylor Dental College and they test the spores also to make sure everything's staying sterile and cared for. So we always have to have our certificate, so that's another thing to look for on that.
So many steps to ensure the safety of the patients as well as of yourself and even of the public with the biohazard trash bags.
And so every once in a while, if they say, okay, give us a few minutes while we're getting the room ready, just know that's as important a step in the process as getting your teeth pretty.
Definitely. And so for those people that are outside of the Abilene area that maybe can't get into your office with such great standards, what would you tell them are some of the red flags to watch out for?
Well, I would definitely check, you know, to make sure that the gloves are being put on in the room, that you have protective eyewear, that they're wearing lab jackets and scrubs, those types of things. Ask them about their sterilization process. You know, most doctors are more than happy to tell you because they're proud of it, you know, because again, it takes a lot of work. This whole book is all about infection control and sterilization, so it's an important process. So don't hesitate to ask. Look on the American Dental Association's website, and it will also have information on dental sterilization and what to look for and what to ask your dentist.
Perfect. Well, great information. Thank you, Dr. Christie. Helpful as always. Great.
Thanks for having
Pleasure
me.
to have you. Well, you can make your appointment at Abilene Dental today. Just call the number on your screen, or you can even head to their office on Buffalo Gap Road. You can also check them out on Facebook and Twitter. Just search Abilene Dental.